We have a lot to talk about with some changes that are going to be moving into our area. Number one, it has been really warm, and today we made it up to 76 degrees for a high temperature, and that was 3 degrees away from the record. The record for today's date is 79 degrees. Now, it is going to be warm again tomorrow. We're expecting to get up to 77 degrees, and the record for tomorrow's date is 77. So if we hit that temperature, we will tie the record for tomorrow's date. And going into Saturday, the record for Saturday's date is 77 again, but we're expecting to get up to 76. So flirting with records here over the next couple of days, expecting to tie it potentially tomorrow and maybe just barely miss it going into the day here on Saturday. Now tomorrow, the temperature forecast is a little bit tricky because it's going to be dependent on the cloud cover and when we're going to see some showers move into our area. I do think that the showers would move in after we've reached our high temperature for the day. So we have a chance tomorrow to tie that record. Now again, it was warm today with temperatures around 76, but today's record was 79, so we were 3 degrees away from that. What I want you to see here though, the average high for this time of year is 63 degrees. That's where we really should be here, or on average, that's what our temperature would be here at this time of year. So as you can see, these temperatures trending well above the average for this time of year. Now the other thing we're watching is going to be those showers that we're expecting to have during the day tomorrow. And the timeline for this is really anywhere between 4 and 11 o'clock tomorrow night, a better chance for some of those scattered showers to develop. We don't think it's going to be widespread. Not everybody is going to get hit, but some of those showers could have some moderate rain with them and maybe even a couple of pockets of heavy rain. And it's not out of the question that we can have a couple of rumbles of thunder and flashes of lightning. Even though we don't think any of these storms would be severe here, just don't be surprised if you do hear some rumbles of thunder or see a couple of flashes of lightning. And I know we haven't had a lot of rain around. We've had a couple of spotty showers here and there, nothing really major. So you may not know where your umbrella is, so you might want to find it and have it handy with you tomorrow because you may need it with some of these scattered showers that are going to be moving through, again, late afternoon and into the evening hours. We are dry right now in the Atlanta area. We've been watching a few showers, though, in far north Georgia that have been skirting across the northern part of the state. And this is what we were watching tonight at 4 o'clock. Or earlier this afternoon at 4 o'clock when we were tracking some showers back into Huntsville, and we mentioned that they may just move across the northern tier of counties, and that's the only place we've really seen some of those showers move through. We did have a couple of them as far south as Pickens County a little bit earlier today, and then into Dawson County, and then falling apart into areas of Lumpkin County. But those showers did move across Dade, Walker, also into parts of Catoosa County, Whitfield, Murray County, and then here into Gilmer and Fannin County, moving through Uniontown and towns in Rabun County. And they've been weakening as they've been moving eastward across far north Georgia. Now some of those moving into the upstate of South Carolina and into parts of western North Carolina too. We have not seen any of that rain move down into metro Atlanta, although we've seen a pretty good coverage of around. And again, at times those clouds would have some holes in them. Got a little hole over here in parts of Douglas County into southern Fulton County. But again, these aren't major rain producers or a big time overcast or just some thinner clouds with some breaks in them. Nothing else major going on in North Alabama or northern Mississippi. We have a few lighter showers still in parts of Tennessee. But then on out to the west, we do have additional showers and even some storms. We had some severe thunderstorms earlier in Texas. We have one right here between Dallas and Houston, a severe thunderstorm warning here in that line that's moving through parts of eastern Texas, approaching Arkansas, moving into parts of Louisiana a little bit later on. Some of these storms move up into Oklahoma as well as into Kansas. And that's the system that's going to be pushing closer to us here during the day on Friday, and also picking up a little more moisture up ahead of it, sending it our way to give us some of those scattered showers that we expect later into the afternoon hours and also into the evening hours too. Here is a live look at what we're watching right now from our tower cam. This one at Arizona Avenue there in DeKalb County, looking westward toward the city. We've got some pretty good visibility. You know, this morning we woke up with all of that fog around with very low visibility in spots, and that burned off once we got to the mid-morning hours and especially up to closer to the noon hour. Visibility out there is great right now. We just have a few of those clouds around and no rain coming from them. Still a nice view from that vantage point. This is how it looks right now from our tower cam there at Truist Park, looking over the park, also over toward the west and a little bit to the northwest here. Lights are on there at Truist at this hour. But of course, nothing really going on there right now. And then this is the view right now, looking over Georgia Tech from our tower cam there, down toward the city of Atlanta here, the downtown area. But of course, looking there at Bobby Dodd Stadium, the lights are off right now. Looks like the big board there, the big TV, maybe the lights are on for that right now. They are preparing for a big game, primetime game for Saturday night, as Pitt is coming to town to play the Jackets on Saturday night. This is going to be a huge game for them. They're telling us it is sold out. There's going to be a huge crowd there. So this is a biggie, a big one here for Georgia Tech. And it looks like the weather is going to cooperate. We have some showers coming in tomorrow late, some of those lingering into early Saturday, but this is a night game at 7 o'clock. And there could be a stray shower early in the day, maybe for tailgating, if you're going to be tailgating really early there. But I really think into the afternoon hours, any rain is going to be gone. We'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds. And at about 5 o'clock for tailgaters, it's going to be 71. And then getting into game time, temperatures coming back down into the 60s and falling through the 60s during the evening hours, most likely ending up around 61 at 11 o'clock at night. So, Jackets, big game. We'll see if they can do it there, too. Back here to the current time and during the day today, we had a high temperature that got up to 75 degrees here this afternoon. Our low was 64. Now, earlier this was showing 76. They may have corrected that to be 75 for a high today. 64 for our low temperature here this afternoon. Now, these are the low temperature this morning. These are the averages for what we should normally have here in the afternoon hours. 63 for a high today, 43 for a low. That would be the average for today's date. But as I mentioned, we got up to 75 and our low was 64. Our low temperature was 1 degree warmer than what we should have for a high temperature in the middle of the afternoon. That just goes to show you how mild it is out there. And of course, it's not a record, but the record is 79 for today's date. So again, we missed that by 4 degrees. And then this rainfall departure, the deficit is growing. We're about 6 1/3 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. We're getting close to December. And if we want to get at least even or close to even for the year, we're going to have a lot of rain over the next few weeks. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to wipe out that deficit for the year coming up because we're starting to run out of time there. Here's a look at what we're watching, excuse me, with those temperatures. Very mild, really. From 1 in the morning, 64, excuse me, then 65 through 8 o'clock. Only a 1 degree range there for almost 7, 8 hours. And then up to the 60s, and then we had some sun breakthrough, and that's when we hit 75 here in the middle of the afternoon. Now we're back down into the 60s. Now, here's what we're watching with that severe weather risk. We were showing you some of those showers out to the west in parts of Texas, trying to move into Arkansas and northern Louisiana. They have a level 1 of 5 risk for some of those storms to turn strong. It includes parts of Oklahoma there too. And again, not a huge chance or anything really widespread, but as I showed you on radar just a little while ago, there was one severe thunderstorm warning, and earlier tonight we had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in those areas too. So I know that when you see these things happening out to the west, it makes you wonder if they're going to make it into our area, if this is going to move to the west or the east. Well, we are going to watch that system come in that will have some rain with it. However, the ingredients for severe weather are not going to be there anymore. It's going to become a little more stable as the system moves in. And you see that we lost that dark green color and it went to the light green color, which is just general showers and a couple of thunder showers possible here during the day on Friday. And then on Saturday as well, early in the morning, is when we really think that we'll have that, still some lingering showers around, but we don't expect any of those to turn severe either. These will be just general showers and general thunder showers around as well. Now, as I just told you, we could use the rain. We need it. More than 6 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. And today we got the new drought monitor in. Not really showing anything majorly different than what we've had for the past few weeks. We're still holding on to that red color, the extreme drought, over parts of far southern Clayton County into areas of western Spalding, central and southern Fayette County, Coweta County there in the southeastern part of Coweta, northeastern parts of Meriwether County. That's where we have that extreme drought. And then around that, the orange color that extends up into Atlanta is severe drought, and then around that the tan color is moderate drought, and then the yellow is abnormally dry. So again, northeast Georgia, you're doing better than we are here in metro Atlanta. You don't even have abnormally dry conditions there too, as you've experienced a little more rain than the rest of us have. Temperatures around North Georgia right now are still mild. We're in the 60s at 67 degrees here in Atlanta. Mainly mid 60s around the metro area, 65 in Lawrenceville, 67 in Marietta. We have some lower 60s though. Look at Carrollton and Peachtree City right now at 60 degrees, 61 in LaGrange. Compare that to 66 in Athens and Eatonton, and then more of those mid 60s up to the North Metro counties too. So a little milder out there with some moisture that's still in place. Dew points aren't that low, so that's why we're not seeing a big range in temperatures around our area for the evening hours. In the morning, we start off with a good coverage of clouds around, maybe a little sunshine breaking through. It's also going to be mild at 60. We got up to 77 in the afternoon, which would tie the record for Saturday's date, but then it's going to be in those later afternoon hours when we see a few scattered showers that'll start moving through here late afternoon and into the evening when we see some of those that'll be pushing in. So here's the timeline of what we're watching. This is by tomorrow morning. We have some of those clouds around, and again, a few holes in the clouds to let a little bit of sunshine come through as that sun starts to come up. And then in the afternoon at lunchtime, still mainly dry, just a couple of those holes in the clouds to let some sun come through. Then here we go into the afternoon. By 5 o'clock, some of these showers approaching metro Atlanta from the west. And again, this isn't a major system or a big, huge squall line or anything moving in, but it does look to kind of get a little better organized into the evening hours. And then by 10 o'clock, additional rounds of rain over to the west of us pushing in. Moderate to heavy rain possible, but not widespread. There may just be some pockets of that moderate or pockets of heavy rain that'll be coming through. You see some of the oranges and reds within that. That sweeps through here during the overnight. And then on Saturday, nothing really widespread. A few lingering showers to start early on Saturday. But by lunchtime, we think any of that rain would be over to the east of us, and we'll start to see some breaks in the clouds to let some sunshine come through. So really, the second half of the day, or a big part of the day on Saturday, most likely, 11, 12, noontime and after, is going to be much nicer out there with sunshine breaking through, and temperatures will still be in the 70s. We may be close to a record again, maybe missing it by 1 degree here on Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday, still mostly sunny skies. Temperatures do trend down a little bit into the lower 70s, but still that is going to be above where we should be for this time of year. Then we'll have another system with some rain coming in. We're thinking Tuesday and Wednesday. That should be out of here by Thanksgiving Day, followed by some cooler temperatures here on Thanksgiving Day. So here's what we're watching on Friday with these showers that are going to sweep through, and then most of that pushing away by afternoon on Saturday. Sunday looking dry, a little cooler, but still above average. We're talking about lower 70s. Monday still mainly dry. Then we're watching this system coming in on Tuesday, also into Wednesday, most likely ending earlier in the day Wednesday. Behind that, the wind is going to shift. And on Thursday for Thanksgiving Day, we're looking dry, but most likely some cooler air that'll be pushing in. So the 7-day outlook will kind of time out what we're talking about there with those showers later on Friday into early Saturday. Highs near 77 Friday, 76 on Saturday. Sunday and Monday looking dry, temperatures trending down into the lower 70s. And then heading into Tuesday and Wednesday, that's when that next system comes in to give us a few showers, potentially later Tuesday into early on Wednesday, clearing out in time, we think, for Thanksgiving Day. But then look what happens. High temperatures only around 58 degrees here on Thursday afternoon for Thanksgiving Day. So we'll keep following this and fine-tuning this forecast as we get closer to it. But it looks like a chillier end to the week, and the weekend next weekend looks rather chilly as well. So thanks for watching us for this extended weather update here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We'll have another update for you coming up tonight at 11 o'clock on 11 Alive News, and then throughout the day here on Friday too. Have a good night.